All right, good to see everybody. Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh facing new sexual misconduct allegations. A Yale classmate of Kavanaugh telling the news Kavanaugh's first accuser, Dr. Christine Ford, agrees to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee on Thursday, although details, they're still being worked out.
Well, she made 10 conditions, a request for 10. We gave 6. We're not going to let her determine how many people we call. We're going to call Dr. Ford, then Mr. Kavanaugh, is the way you would do it in any other situation. And we will hire our own lawyers, and that's it. If they can't accept that, that means they really don't want to testify.
So where does the nomination stand now? We bring in attorney David Bruno. Good morning, David. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Lauren.
Where does it stand now? We have her testifying on Thursday at 10 o'clock as of now. She testifies first. Who is asking the questions?
The senators.
Okay.
Grassley put out a statement yesterday because there was some back and forth whether or not independent counsel would come in to ask the questions. However, Grassley said yesterday that the senators, it's their constitutional duty to do so. They will be asking the questions. You know, this is critical. The margins are so small in the Senate on this vote coming up. And now we're coming into a midterm election where it couldn't be as more important, because if this confirmation is not done by then who's going to control the Senate after the midterms? And if it's the Dems, are they going to drag it out for years?
Good questions. I want you to listen to a Democratic Senator, Patty Murray.
I have said many times that the Anita Hill hearing was a disaster, but they did have an FBI investigation. They did have other witnesses. There were other ways to judge this. The Senate Republicans have predetermined the outcome of that this will be a he says, she says, by taking that away.
David, how do you litigate a he said, she said from 35 years ago and then deal with these new allegations too?
Yeah, this is the wild, wild west of legal procedure here. There's no burden of proof like there would be in a criminal or civil case. You know, so it comes down to credibility. And sure, this is an interesting issue. Although there is a second allegation now, the timing is again in question, just like Dr. Ford's. Why come forward so long? Why not come forward earlier? Why come forward now? We're less than 50 days from an election.
What does a prosecutor do with late evidence like this?
Yeah, I mean, it actually is fairly common for a sex victim not to come forward. Corroborating evidence is key for a prosecutor. Has this person come forward before? It's called a fresh complaint. Is there any corroborating evidence in form of forensics? What does the accuser say? Are there any eyewitnesses? So that's a number of things that a prosecutor can do to corroborate. But again, this is not a prosecutor presenting this case. This is to the Senate, and there's no real legal burden as to what has to be met for a senator to be swayed.
Okay, bottom line this for me. When will the Senate vote on this confirmation? Does Judge Kavanaugh get to the Supreme Court by the new term October 1st?
The vote should have been last week, got pushed back because of these delays. If everything goes forward on Thursday, we could probably expect a vote the following week. Does he? I believe he does at this point, unless there's anything crazy that comes up this week.
Well, and it will. You know it will. David Bruno, thank you very much.
Bye, Lauren.
Bet on that.